Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition. Glad to have you with me. This is the tarot reading for those who want to do two things: multitask, and most importantly, improve their imagination. It has been well established that if you spend time looking at moving pictures, you're looking at videos. The more that you do that, the weaker often your imagination gets because you acquiesce, you pay attention, you give authority to the images that you're watching. When you are listening, as in the days of old radio when they used to tell stories, or some of the modern podcasts are pretty good at telling stories these days too. When you do that, you make your own scenes, your own pictures in your mind. And that's really, really important for creativity and being able to tune into your inner self, your deeper self. And that helps with manifesting. Alrighty? The way we're kind of raised, we're sort of separate from ourselves. That is to say, we're not really connected to the different parts and pieces that make up a human being. We're kind of compartmentalized. It works well for the people in power. They get to control us more easily. Very tough to control somebody who thinks for themselves. And that's the point of this audio version of the Tao Manifesting Tarot. You may do it to help you manifest. You may do it just to improve your imagination, your imagining abilities. So let's get to it. Bottom row, and then we go to the top row. That's how we work. Bottom row. The center cards in both the bottom and top rows are the critical cards. We begin with the one on the bottom. We end with the one on top. Everything else we fill in the story with. And it's my job to put the parts and pieces together for you so that you paint great pictures in your mind's eye. So let's get to it. Oracle card on the bottom, dead center. How about to be fair? To be fair. You think about it, and we really expect that, hope for that, because so much in life feels unfair that we really are looking for some reciprocity. We give as well as we get. We give as good as we take. Now, all of us would like to have a little edge in that regard, and we get more back than what we give. But really, the way that is ideal is that there is this balance of give and take in our lives. That way we remain stable, secure. And that's really, in essence, what we're looking for. And the way that we get there is being fair, reciprocity. Now, that just doesn't mean with other people. It also means with ourselves. We are very often our own worst enemies. We're tough on ourselves. In part because that's how we were all raised, not just by our parents, but by society. Okay? And because of that, we have a lot of self-defeating attitudes and actions. So here for the reading in terms of manifesting, what we're really looking at in this reading is for you to learn to grow, to be fair with yourself. Because if you can be fair with you, you can be fair with other people. So let's go to the far left side. Here in the bottom row, we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, very simply, is incisive, looking for knowledge, acting with some sense of security or a definite purpose. Okay? Out of balance, or not being fair, the Knight of Swords can be egotistical, tactless, criticizing, aggressively competitive. Well, we don't want that. We want to be fair. And it's the same thing with ourselves. You take these things and you flip them. Yes, you want intelligence. Yes, you want knowledge. And with the Knight of Swords, there may be some piece of information coming in between now and the end of the year that is significant for you, that allows you to be fair with yourself. some new insight, some new possibility is right around the corner. Question is, are you going to receive it? I would say, yeah, probably, because the next card over is the Sun, the best card in the tarot deck. Sun is a powerful, good juju. The Sun is success, vitality. The Sun brings to light. The Sun gives power, give energy. Where I'm living, we're going through an extended period of gray days. It must be 2, maybe 3 weeks, where we have seen very little, if any, sun at all. And you can just see it in people's faces, their body language. Kind of like plodding through. They're kind of, willing their way through the day. But if you get any sunshine at all, and we've had a couple spots of it, people perk up. We're like the flowers. We're like the things that grow. We need that sunshine, and that's what the Sun is doing for you. That's the image I want you to take. There is this new thing that is coming to you, this new understanding, this new revelation, this new piece of information that will give you the power, the ability to see more clearly what it will take for you to be fair with yourself. It's right around the corner, but you have to be aware of it. And I think you will be. Next card over is a 7 of Pentacles. Pentacles are things that we value. The 7 is patience. You see the guy looking over a plant, 7 pentacles there. So he's in the process of growing something and nurturing it and making sure that he does the right stuff to help it to grow. Okay? And this is really calling for patience. That's what he's exhibiting right there. He doesn't quite have everything that he's looking for in terms of growth. But that's okay. He knows the plant. He's helping it to fully develop so he can get the fruits of his labor, so to speak. He can get the good harvest. That's being fair. And part of you and I learning to be fair with ourselves is to understand it's going to have to take patience. It's not going to happen overnight. We have spent years, decades even, learning the negative things. We got them down to a science. We're pretty comfortable with them, even though we're not comfortable with the outcomes. So basically, up to this point, we're looking and working to be fair. There is some piece of information, some insight that will come to you shortly that will give you the energy, give you the insight to be able to continue on and grow this idea of being fair. And the real fertilizer to this whole idea is going to be patience. Final card, bottom row, 3 of Cups. Talking earlier as I was, talking about blending the 3 parts of a human being. We are body, mind, and spirit. Well, that's what the 3 of Cups in a manifesting reading is all about. Blending body, mind, and spirit. If you're going to be fair with yourself first so that you can be fair with everyone else around you, you need to be able to blend the mind, the body, the spirit. Okay? Very, very important. And so that being the case for me in a manifesting reading, that's really what we're talking about. It's a sense of community with yourself. Okay? It's making sure that you are not withdrawn from yourself. You're not separate from yourself. All those 3 parts and pieces are coming together because your goal is to be fair with you. And then you can be fair with everybody else. Upper row, left side, Knight of Wands. Knights always bring gifts. This one brings confidence. This one brings courage, passion, joy, excitement, enthusiasm. That's what the wands are all about, and that's what the card says. If you can get to the point where you are at least moving in the direction of being fair with yourself, that will add a lot of positivity, enthusiasm to your life. You will be plugged into your own life more. Just that simple thing of being fair with you. Not making excuses for you, but realizing that you are a work in progress, that life is never done. I don't care how young you are, how old you are, there's still plenty of work that needs to be done in terms of you developing as a spiritual being. And the Knight of Wands plugs you into that idea. Everything right now in this reading is aimed at you on coming to this understanding, and highlighting that is the next card over, the Ace of Swords. Aces are always, in these readings, you. So the Ace of Swords says you have mental strength, you're thinking clearly, honestly, you have breakthroughs, there's justice. And that's what being fair is all about. It's justice. And to learn how to be fair with yourself is a huge, huge lesson. But it's a critical lesson. And if you can do that between now and the end of the year, even if it takes longer, I'm not going to put a time limit on it, but as you work in that direction, you will find your life improves immensely. Next card over, we have the Knight of Swords. We had that earlier, first card, in fact, after the Oracle card, Knight of Swords comes back again. So the Knight of Swords, this idea, if it shows up twice in a reading, a card twice, it means that you are going to move forward with certainty. You will discover over the next month or so exactly what the key is to making sure that you can be fair with yourself. That's what this whole energy in this reading is all about. You learning to treat yourself like you would want others to treat you. We don't do that. Oh yeah, sometimes we're good at making excuses, and even that's not fair with ourselves. Because if we're making excuses, we're not being honest, we're not being true, we're not using the Swords energy. Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, two Knights of Swords. And the next card over is another duplicate, Seven of Pentacles. We just talked about that. Patience. As this lady is looking at the tree and seeing what fruits are growing. Do you have the patience to be fair with yourself? To learn how to be fair with yourself? Well, the final card, vice versa card, looking forward, it's the Two of Swords. Twos are always decisions. Swords are always information, always insight, always facts. You got a decision, and you really have a tough time with that decision. Because there are two ways to go. I could stay with what I'm doing, or I could decide, maybe a resolution for the new year is to learn how to be fair to myself. Not just for me, but for everybody else. If I can be fair with me, I can be fair with other people. And if I can put that all together, that means I have blended body, mind, and spirit. I've put in the effort. I've taken the energy to move forward, to step forward with confidence, enthusiasm into my life. To be fair to me means that, reciprocity, karma. The world is more fair to me. Not perfect, but more fair. And for all of us, it's a choice. Because it all begins and ends with us. Just to be fair. It sounds simple, but when you mess up or screw up, you can rag on yourself. And you may not say much, may not say anything, but it's what you feel. That's one of the things that you might want to look at for the year 2023. To be fair with you. Yeah, I think that energy will come back to you many times over. So there you go. That is the manifesting reading for today. Have another one for you tomorrow. Hopefully you can join me tomorrow. I have a brand new read every day, 365. If you can't make it, that's okay. Next time around. And between the next time you and I have a chance to manifest tarot together, as always, peace and blessings.